Well, hello everyone, and thank you for coming today. We are going to be talking about sex. People all around the world are doing it, big, little, small, black, white, old, young. Everyone's participating in this extracurricular activity. There's actually been a lot of tolerance that's been built around this because there are suggestions on almost every magazine cover that you see, every billboard, television shows, it's everywhere. The question that I have is, what's next? You have sex, and it's magical, but what's next? What do you do now? Did you use protection? If you did not, what are your plans? Do you plan on using protection in the future? And have you considered birth control? I think that all of us are adults, and we can say that we have access to birth control, we have access and resources to the education about birth control, but there's a dilemma that surrounds these questions that I asked you, and that is that teenagers in this country are sexually active and they have no access to the birth control. Actually, teenage pregnancy rates have declined to about 75 per 1,000, down from 1990, according to the Guttmacher Institute, a research center. Still, nearly half of teens aged 17 to 19 report having sex at least once, and almost 750,000 of them a year become pregnant. I would like to point out what birth control actually does and the positive aspects of using it. It doesn't have to necessarily prevent pregnancy, but more importantly, it controls things like STDs. According to one study done in 2010, a birth control ring, birth control pill, or any type of estrogen and progesterone hormone combination can diminish a woman's chance of developing ovarian and endometrial cancer by 50%. Creating laws to prohibit minors to contraceptives is ignorant, and I believe it's naive. But there is data in 2005 that showed that only 21 states permit minors to obtain contraceptive services without parental consent. There's actually laws that prevent federally funded clinics to prescribe any prescription over the counter without notifying the parent of a minor first. There are schools in some states that have adopted an abstinence-only program, which requires teachers to only talk to students about abstinence, which is refraining from sex, until they are married. Mississippi followed this program, but Mississippi also has one of the highest teen pregnancy rates in the country, with 50 births per 1,000 females aged 15 to 19 in 2001. Well, Mississippi passed a law requiring school districts to teach sex education, but this lesson involved what they called the peppermint patty effect. They passed around a piece of chocolate that was unwrapped to all of the students in the classroom, and they wanted them to observe how dirty the chocolate was and their hands were once everyone touched it. So they're using this peppermint patty to show that a girl no longer is clean or valuable after she's had sex, that she's been used by everybody. There is the ignorance that I was referring to in that example. I just believe that providing contraceptives, and more importantly, is the education about contraceptives and also about sex and what can happen after sex and the consequences that can come from making such an adult decision. And it's the best way that we're going to get through to teenagers. I don't know about you all, but I would not want my children to have all of their sexual questions answered by their other peers, by what they see on TV, by social media, by just guessing, especially trying things out without knowing what they're doing at first. By giving minors access to options, it also gives them the opportunity to make adult, mature decisions. I think everyone can agree that the decision to have sex is an adult decision. But if we're not treating teenagers as young adults in educational environments like sex ed classes, then we're not giving them the opportunity to progress and to be the full adult and make the full adult decisions that they could. So I would like to end this with a quote from one of our founding fathers, Ben Franklin. "Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I remember. Involve me, and I learn." Thank you very much, everybody. Pleasure having you. Have a good day.